He doesn't have that program right where you can, yeah, I know. All right, so the pneumatic tubes have two very large cushions in them. If you're sending stuff that's more than, instead of sending a bunch, you can take these out. Just hold on to them, don't throw them away. And then if you get one that doesn't have one, put it back in. But the cushion is there, but it can be removed, okay? There is supposed to be a tracking system, and this is what we found out, that Swiss Log forgot to put the tracking system, but there's FIDs in here. What the RFIDs do is they track these tubes and let the system know, because you're slotted for 30-something tubes. Where you're gonna put them, not quite sure yet, but you're slotted for 30-something tubes, and so when somebody has an overage of tubes, all they do is put it in and send empty. It should know that you guys are missing tubes and send it to here. Okay, same thing if you have 40 tubes, you can send empty, and whatever unit is missing tubes, it will automatically send to them. Okay? Only you guys and the lab have the option of stat send. Okay, so stat send stops every other tube or canister from moving and going forward and allows it to go to the place first, okay? So it's a one-way train track, so if there's something already there, it's gonna go, but it's gonna stop any other potential pneumatic tube transfers from going if you're doing a stat send. So hence only the lab and the pharmacy can use that. And the lab's only gonna use it for a mass transfusion, and you guys are probably only gonna use it for an emergency med like vasopressin or something that needs to go right away. Other than that, we took it away from the staff because, as you know, nurses think that everything's stat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's on video.
It's on video. All right, so there's only send normal for the staff up in the floors. There's also a send slow. That's supposed to be removed. That doesn't work here anyways. It doesn't mean anything. They're going to take that out. So the one thing that we found out, and we have to remember to do, even though you guys aren't really receiving anything from the floors, is that if you do get a tube or one sitting here, always open it just to make sure there's nothing in it and it wasn't inadvertently sent to the pharmacy because somebody hit the wrong number. Okay? Because what had happened up there is that the blood bank sent a unit of blood. Somebody saw it sitting in here, took it out, and did this. And it sat there for a couple of hours, and we had to discard the blood. So there's things that the lab is supposed to do and the things that nursing is supposed to do, but one of the most important things is always open it up if you're taking it out of here before you put it off to the side. Okay? Chances are it's going to be 99% of the time send empty, but God forbid somebody sends something that should have gone to the lab, it came to you. You can forward it on to the lab. Okay? This is your home screen here. You have a favorite screen, which right now only has the OR. They set that up remotely instead of here. So we can ask facilities to set up, so where your favorites would be, you could put it on here. There's a directory, a keypad, so if you know your destination numbers, and you will after a while, know everybody's numbers, and you'll chant them in your sleep after a while, you can do that and just put in the number here. Or there's a directory, so when you're first starting to use this, all the numbers to the units are here. So in saying that, right, EED has 6 pneumatic tubes. So there's trauma, there's pediatrics, there's blue, there's green or something. You need to know which one to send it to. So if somebody's calling you and you're gonna send it down, what zone are you in? I'm in red zone, I'm gonna send it to the red one, okay? ICU has one, and then north, south, each just has one. The OR has one, peri-op and PACU has one, okay? So really the only confounding one is gonna be the ED, which one you're gonna send it to. But there is a directory here, and you just pick the one, okay? And so I'm gonna send it actually here. So once it goes in like this, you have an option to send another, and you can send up to 5. So if you hit send another, it's just going to turn it. Then you have a new space, and then you keep going. If you're done, you either just walk away, or you can hit done and then walk away. Okay? So it goes, and then it'll come, and it'll come out here. If there's a problem, if somebody said, I sent you a med back, something, or you said, or somebody said, I didn't get it, I didn't get it, I didn't get it. One of the things you just need to know is there's the ability to inventory the tubes, because there's 5 turnstiles behind here. Okay, if you do that, it just shuts it down for a second. And then what it does is it checks each one of these, okay? The first time we used it, we actually had one stuck in the back, and we were able to inventory, and there they were, and we were able to remove them and take it out. So it just keeps turning this, so you can see. Okay. Do you want it to ding every time a tube arrives? No. Okay. That is already disabled, but on the units, we're enabling them so that it's not being ignored. Not being ignored. Okay?
Are we tubing controlled substances?
No.
No.
No. So we will have a do not tube chart. We'll have that posted for you guys to see.
It's in the policy also, like you can and cannot tube from medications. Okay, so again, when you go to send a tube, okay, what is that one again? 313. You have send normal, send stat, send slow is not available, or send empty. If you send empty, don't type in anything. It knows where to go. It won't accept it if you put 313 and then send empty. It's you just hit send empty, and then it'll decide where it's going to go. So if we hit send normal, done. So what you see is it's going out with yellow, and then what you're going to see when it starts coming in, we have a reserved for an inbound care. That will improve over time. This is what we've learned. It's a little new. It will. The first time we all went like this. What's it doing? Right. So this one still hasn't left because it's waiting for the other one to come in.
Airplane.
And when it gets here, it's green, okay? And this will turn green, okay? So all you have to do is retrieve. The other one just left. And now it'll turn, okay? And as soon as that drops, you can take it out. Check it. Good. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
So when we send something up to the nursing unit,
Yep.
and the nurse calls me back later and goes, "Oh my God, why haven't you given me this medication yet?"
Yep.
Is there a way to check who took the tube out? Because sometimes we have that problem a lot when we deliver it personally to the bin that it's not found in the bin.
So if you go to settings, there are track transactions, but you can't see. Let's enable it. You can't see who took it out. However, they are going to have a badge in. You see this? Mm-hmm. So to wake it up, you have to badge in. And then I don't think it'll be on here. It'll be on the main computer, which will be in facilities and in the lab. But
Cool.
But you can see, if you do track transactions or view send history, you can see when it sent, where it went there, but.
Cool.
So techs, secretaries, and nurses can take and utilize this. So if you think about the size of the ICU, right, it may not be the nurse that's,
So a secretary can take the drug out of the tube?
right,
Cool.
and then run it to the nurse, yes.
Cool.
Hence why we wanted to have the ding up there so that not only the green light, but it's dinging and repeatedly dinging until somebody takes that tube out.
Can the techs and the secretaries now get into the med room?
No.
So they just have a whole bunch of meds in there?
Right, so are there narcotics going through there?
No.
I really don't think people are stealing colas, so.
Oh, it's not about stealing, it's about where it ends up. That's all.
Are there, can we block locations? No, or it's like COVID, can we block it so it doesn't accidentally go there by 314 instead of 315, present time?
So again, the tube stations are located in the central nursing station, right? So the 7th floor, right now, the new building is gonna be all COVID.
Correct.
So how do we prevent a 7th floor tube
Accidentally going there.
accidentally coming here?
Oh.
Or can we?
Do we know where it's coming from when it comes? So we could just be like, don't touch it.
Well,
Put
it's too
gloves
late
on?
at that point.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, I
Don't
don't
we
still wear
already have
gloves
that
at
issue on?
St. Francis just in
They
case.
sent something to the body.
I'm just curious, like, can those locations be blocked or locked so that they don't get used other than the lab?
That's out of my
I don't, oh, okay.
scope.
Okay.
I think that goes to administration and say, right.
Oh, I didn't know if the system had that capability.
It does because the floors that were not going to open
Right.
were turned off.
So facilities would have that control.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
we
right,
just go to
so,
them and have them switch it off.
correct.
Nothing will go or come from working.
Once we
For the
understand,
discussion of the leadership that's
once
there.
we understand the workflow of the unit, yeah, then we
Okay.
can make that call.
I lost my train of thought. Hold on, it's coming. I know, it's the age. Back to.
Any other questions, gang?
Oh, yes, if there's a problem with it, right? So if there's, you have a big circle with a thing that it's shut off down here, you wanna call facilities. Cause they have the master computer and they can go up there and remote on and find out where the problem is. So we had a problem because the RFID hadn't been turned on and so there was a tube just roaming around and so it couldn't sense it. They purged the system and we got it out.
So it's facilities managing the tube system.
Yes.
Are they?
On this weekend, command center, we call the command center if we have a problem with this, or you want to?
No, I would call facilities.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like 24/7?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Yep.
The list, we're gonna have the list of non-tubable things down here. Are they gonna have it on the floor in case there's like a nurse that wants to send something for a patient who got transferred and they shouldn't tube insulin?
Yes, yeah. The policy will be aside the pneumatic tubes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Jane.
Anything else?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Do you have do you want outgoing and, you really don't have incoming,
Income should be empty.
just your empty cents.
Right.
What about returns? Will they be able to send that back to us or no?
We have to talk about that workflow.
Okay.
What do you
And then
mean,
it
like-
would be incoming, like if something goes to the floor and the patient is discontinued by the time it gets there or something and they don't want it back. They
Sure.
send it back to us or they keep it on the floor, I guess.
We have
that'll
to,
be-
we have to make that
That, yeah,
workflow
that's your
discussion.
workflow thing, right? Instead of running the